We've got a new tool in the workshop, the OF1400 router from, of course, Festool. Today we're going to unbox it and have a look. But first, here's a jingle. The router comes in a sustainer, 1, 2, 3, 4, a sys4, and obviously for storage that's already an incremental part of our sys port. Inside the box we get the instructions, multilingual instructions as always, and with the usual, the usual diagrams to help us to set things up. We get the safety instructions that I always advise you to read, safety first. We get the power cable, and we get the router itself, and that's obviously got some packing material on it. What else do we get? We get the dust collector, and we get a 1/4 inch collet, and we also have a 1/2 inch collet attached to the machine, so we get both of those with the kit. We get a spanner or a wrench, and we get a second dust collector for when we're routing the edge of things. Now depending on the kit, depending on the region, the contents now tend to vary. I believe if you're buying this in North America, you also get the 8mm collet. This doesn't come with the kit in the UK, so I bought this as an optional extra. The reason I need the 8mm collet is we're very quickly going to use the 32mm hole cutting kit from Festool, and the router bits that come with that are 8mm, so I needed the collet. Doesn't come in the UK kit, that's not really made clear on any of the documentation, so that's an optional extra. I believe in the North America kit that does come as standard. What you do get in the UK kit though is you get the edge guide, the parallel edge guide. I believe that's an optional extra in the North America kit. And coming with that parallel guide is a dust extractor that fits onto the edge guide to collect dust. No matter which kit you buy, you also get the 2 rods for securing the edge guides to it, and a universal adapter to take bushes on the device. All neatly packed as always in the sustainer, and it's got a picture on top here that shows you how to pack it away. So that's what you get in the overall kit. As an accessory, you can also buy these FS guides. FS guides, anything with the word FS on it, is relating to the rail. And the FS guides simply allow us to the FS guides simply allow us to attach the router to a rail and make parallel cuts, great for things like dados, trench cutting and so on and so forth. That comes with an adjustable foot, and we'll look at how that works shortly. So let's start at looking at the router. It's the OF1400 ebq, and the EB means it's the electronic brake, which means it electronically stops the router when you take the power off it, and therefore that slows down quicker. It's also, I believe it's called the MMS motor, I could be wrong. The MMS motor is the Festool technology that makes sure we get a consistent speed on the router bit no matter how much load is on there, and that gives us a cleaner, consistent cut. The router itself is pretty light. It comes in at 4.5 kilograms. It's got a rotational speed of 10,000 to 22,500 revs per minute, and it will take a collet range of 6mm up to 12.7mm, 12.7 being round about 1/2 inch. Unpacking this, the overall depth of cut is 70mm, and it's got a fine adjustment setting on this green wheel here. Every turn is 0.1 millimeters, full turn is 1 millimeter. So a lot of fine adjustments on this thing, and that will adjust to a range of up to 8 millimeters. Maximum cutter diameter is 63 millimeters, which is pretty much every cutter on the market, with the exception of the raised panel cutters. I do believe, or I've certainly seen people talking about, that if I mount this into the router table, then I can also use panel cutters with it, and I think it's this area here that's limiting the overall size, but we will look at that at some point in the future. Dust extractor, once it's fitted, we'll take both the 27mm hose or the 36mm hose. Using the 36mm hose obviously gives us a much better airflow and takes more dust away. The 27mm hose is the one that comes as standard with the Festool CTs, so the 36mm hose is an upgrade. I will be getting one of those hoses, and at that point we'll do a little bit of a test and we will see what we think. Setting this up is really easy. You have a small green lever here, so if you're putting a bit in, you press this down, and that's got a ratchet on it that you can hear, and that just allows you to easily tighten it up. And similarly, taking a bit out, push down this side, and again the ratchet is now working in the opposite direction. To change the collet, you simply unscrew this, the collet comes out, and then you can simply drop in another collet and tighten it up. So that's really simple way of changing the collet. I'll drop the 1/2 inch back in. Putting a bit in is really easy. You simply slide it up into the collet, seat it down, just bring it forward a little bit, and then you can hold down the ratchet, and that will then allow you to tighten it up. Come in with a spanner, and that ratchet then helps you to just tighten down. And that's that done. To set the depth, we undo this knob here, and that allows the router to then plunge down, and we plunge down until the bit bottoms out onto the bench, and then we can just lock that down. We can then zero the settings, bring the smallest post into play, unlock, push down, lock. We can then use this bottom gauge here to zero out there and zero out the fine adjustments here on that side as well. With that set, we can now use this scale here from 0 to 70 millimeters to actually do the overall depth of cut. So if I wanted to do a 20mm cut, I can now loosen this here, adjust this till I get to 20 millimeters, and lock that down. I can then use the fine adjuster to adjust that up to a maximum of 8 millimeters. So that's now coming in at 21 millimeter, and that will now allow the router to push down to a much deeper cut. There's a variable speed controller here on the side that goes from 1 all the way through to 6, and that's obviously altering the revolutions per minute. Simple rule of thumb, the bigger the router, the lower the speed. There's a handy table inside the manual that tells you the material. Hardwood, softwood, chipboard, plastic, aluminium and plasterboard are the recommended things it works with, and it gives you the range. So if you're working on 10 to 25 millimeter bit, or 25 to 40 millimeter bit, or a 40 to 60 millimeter bit, that will then give you the range of the material. So hardwood, using a 40 to 60 millimeter bit, you would set your speed setting for 3 to 1, between 3 and 1. Fitting the dust extraction is really simple. There's a little window here that you slide back, and that gives you an open space. That then allows you to drive in here, and if you look, you can see there's an arrow and there's a small indent on this side here, and on the camera we can just see there's two little slots there, and those two prongs slot into that. So that simply slots into there, bring the lever down, and that's locked into place. Once that's done, you can then close the shutter, and then you are ready to work. To take it off again, you simply loosen the window, undo the green lever, and the dust extractor pops out of the way. Take the bit out, press release, and then you can just release this off. Out pops your bit, and the job is a good one.